Good afternoon. It is 1:27 right now. I didn't have a proper breakfast because I don't know, I wasn't really too hungry, and I thought I would try to fast, but that didn't pan out. I munched on some cashews, probably about 150 calories of them, and a little bit of cheese. And I'm having this salad, which is mixed greens, onion, jalapeno, celery, some cheese, Primal Kitchen Caesar dressing, and tomato. And I'll add some salt and pepper. There's also 2 hard-boiled eggs in there also. So I've been playing a video game for most of the day. It's around 2:30 now. My hair's a bit messed up. But yeah, I got myself a new game. A friend recommended it. It's called Hollow Knight. I think it's like 8 years old now, but it's pretty good. I've been playing it on the Nintendo Switch. Anyways, the new glasses I got, when I tried them on at the store, they were fine. But the ones that I actually received, they're like way too big. At the store, I was trying them on, and I thought there was just an issue with like the bridge not resting on my nose. But after looking at them, when I got back home and comparing them to my glasses, they're probably like an inch wider. So I think the problem is they're just too big for my face. So gonna head back to countryside, and I don't know, either exchange them for a smaller type if that's possible, or just return them. They're like $600 glasses, so Lens Crafters is not cheap. I think my insurance paid a little over 200, so out of pocket it's only like 380, but still that's a lot of money. So yeah, I'm not going to suffer with glasses that are way too big. I hate also, these glasses don't really do it as much, but when glasses get too close to my eyes and then my eyelashes rub on the lens, I don't know what it is also, but I guess my eyelashes are extra greasy because it makes my lens dirty. It's like it just causes, I don't know, fog. It's probably grease from my skin, oil from my skin, but super annoying. And these new glasses do that way too much. So I'm not going to deal with it. I'm going to return them. When I got these, I dealt with these. The frame in the back was like bent too far in, and they were hurting my head. So when I went there to Lens Crafters the first time, I got these adjusted, which I don't know why I waited that long. I waited like a year to fix them. So I suffered for a year with them. But luckily, these are better now, and they rest good on my face. So if I have to return them, I'll just live with these. But I got my old pair too, which are still pretty good. They're just a lot thicker than these. But anyways, that's my day so far. I was also, I don't really know how to translate some of my thoughts sometimes, but I was just thinking like the way that I tend to let myself splurge when I go to a theme park or go out to eat with family. I mean, I don't know, I was thinking about yesterday when I went out to eat. I don't think I really did that bad. I mean, I did eat until I was overly full, so that's not good. But I mean, it was family style, so I was anticipating that for the day. I didn't really eat very much prior to that for the day. Dessert wise, I didn't go too crazy with dessert. I had just like tried a little piece of the cheesecake, and I don't like coffee, but I tried the tiramisu, just like literally one bite of it. I had probably 4 cookies, but the cookies were like little crescent shaped, like there were probably 4 equal barely 1 cookie. So I don't think I was really that bad in the sense of eating a lot of sugar. Had a lot of carbs, but anyway, I was just thinking about that, and it's not, I guess really what I'm thinking about is that mentality of the fear of missing out. Like I have to try everything, especially at the theme park. It's like I have to try all these new foods, have to try them before I guess not necessarily before I see the vloggers try them, but I just have this sense of missing out. And I know it's not, well, it might be normal, but it's not something that I should have, not something that I want. It's like I could be a lot more laid back when it comes to food. I don't have to try everything. Um, I was thinking too, it's like whenever I obsess over like trying to eat everything, trying to try everything, and there's never a time after I eat that I feel proud or like, hey, I accomplished. I tried all this food. It was really good. Like I never, regardless of where it is, even with this epic universe that I've been anticipating for 10 years. It's like the food I tried. Some of it was really good, and like I really enjoyed that restaurant Pizza Moon. I love the decor. The pizza was really good, but even after eating there, I still like I didn't feel good about myself. Like it's not a feeling of guilt. It's just like I don't know. I didn't really accomplish anything. I tried the food I wanted to try, but it's not like I was proud of myself. It's not like I thought I was doing well for myself by eating that food. So I don't know if you really get what I'm trying to say. But it's not a sense of guilt. It's more like I feel like I don't have to go all out like I usually do. I never feel good about myself in the sense of like I accomplished something. Like I never have that feeling. So I was thinking about that and how I think that sort of accomplishment, or like I feel good about myself and being able to control what I eat. I think that sense will only come to me when I don't give in to that fear of missing out and trying everything. Um, I was thinking about yesterday and how I was anticipating the family style meal at Maggiano's. It's not all you can eat, but there's no way you could eat all that plus more. Um, and I was just thinking, how can I enjoy a place like that, but not overeat and not, I guess, just not overeat. Like I said, I didn't really feel guilty about it, but I guess I am having now, well, no, not even regret. It's just, I don't like having that feeling of missing out, like that obsessiveness, like I'm going to miss out on something, or it wasn't so much. I don't think I had that with Maggiano's yesterday. More so with Epic Universe, the new theme park. But I think in regards to Maggiano's, it's just I can't put myself in that situation to where I can eat all that food. It's like I can go out with family and friends, have a good time, and not have to overindulge myself. So I feel better. Like the food was delicious, like it was really good. But I always, like I said, I never feel proud about myself after the fact. And I think I would feel proud of myself if I controlled what I ate. If I had something that was low carb, nutritious, maybe a salad with grilled chicken. Like I feel like I would be more proud of myself if I did that, and I have a better sense of accomplishment if I did that, rather than just letting myself give in to it, like making up some excuse that allows me to eat that way. And in that regard, it's kind of the same with Epic Universe. I create this excuse with Epic Universe. Oh, it's a new theme park. I want to try this new food, which I do, but I don't have to go so extreme. It's like I don't have to get every other dish. I don't have to get every dish on the menu just to sample it. It's like maybe just have 2 meals in a day, and if it is going to be a high carb, um, especially then stick to only 2 meals a day. Um, like some vloggers were talking about this new brownie at Pizza Moon. I think it's called the Cosmic Brownie. And they were just like raving about it. It's like, oh, you have to try this brownie. It's a brownie and it's got marshmallow and Oreos in it. They said it's absolutely amazing. And they made it sound like this is the best thing you would ever try. So I got it because of their recommendation, and it's literally just a brownie with Oreos and marshmallow. So it tastes exactly like you think it would taste. It's nothing special. Honestly, like, it was good, but honestly, it's like I've tried the Ghirardelli. I think it's Ghirardelli brownie mix. Honestly, that brownie was better than this brownie tasted. However, it was still a good brownie. It's just, it's exactly what you would expect it to taste like. So I don't know. I have to stop thinking like I'm searching for this food to just make me feel good or to like blow my taste buds away. It's like food's food, you know. I don't know. That fear of missing out, I have to stop that. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. I don't really know. I mean, I have to, when I go back to Epic Universe, I do have to calm down with all the food. It's going to be difficult to do that, but I know it's what I need to do. Because ultimately, I would much rather be skinnier, healthier, than to try this food. So much of my enjoyment depends on food, and it's just the wrong mentality. Like, that's the mentality that I've had all my life, and I'm still struggling on changing that. It's tough. It's really tough. It's what I'm used to. But I think it's good I'm more aware of it. So, maybe I can just stop obsessing over food. That's what I really want to do. This mall has a built-in ice court. Ice rink. Skating rink. Ice skating rink. Something. So I'm just getting back from the mall, or leaving the mall, I should say. Yeah, the glasses that I originally got were the largest size of the three. So now I got the smallest, and they're much better. Well, I don't have them yet, but I tested them. I'll have them in. He said the longest is up to 2 weeks. Probably just be 1 week. So I just got back from Wally World, actually Walmart Market, and picked up a few groceries. Got some grass-fed beef. I got 2 cartons of eggs, 2 18-count cartons of eggs, and cheese and some other stuff. But anyway, I needed mayonnaise, and I'm like, I need to just make my mayonnaise again. I used to do it in the past, but I stopped for some reason. Like, this recipe that I have is delicious too. It's actually Chosen Foods mayonnaise isn't bad for avocado oil based mayonnaise. It's the best, I think, but homemade's even better. So I'm going to show you how I make it. And I've made it before and it turned out great. It was real simple. So I'm hoping this time it comes out great. But anyway, I'll show you how to do it. It's real simple. So this is the recipe, fail-proof homemade mayonnaise recipe. If you Google it, you'll find it. So this is the recipe. It's called fail-proof homemade mayonnaise recipe. If you Google it, you can most likely find it. And if not, that's the link to it. If I remember, I'll add it to my community/post tab. I did modify a few things. One tip, if your eggs are cold, like mine are, I dropped them in room temperature water. This says lukewarm, so maybe a little warm. The other thing is, this recipe calls for, actually says red. I didn't realize it said red or white. I've done white in the past just because I thought that would be the one to use for mayonnaise. However, red vinegar, the flavor turns out much better. And it's not really red color. It's, I know in the past it still came out pretty yellow. I think the yolk, makes it primarily yellow. What's nice about this too is that you can, once you emulsify the eggs into the oil, you can add whatever flavoring you want. This calls for Dijon mustard. So I'm just going to make this base recipe, but if you wanted to add dill to it, you can use this as a base for a ranch dressing, which I told myself I wanted to try, but I've never tried that. But it's pretty versatile. Alright, so hopefully this angle's okay. I'm not going to be entirely in frame, at least not my face. But I'm just going to show you how to do this. The recipe says to use a food processor, which I have done that in the past when my food processor was still in one piece. Actually, I forget what happened to that thing. It broke, but I can't remember what piece of it broke. So I need to buy a new food processor, or at least the attachment. I use this Ninja brand. I bought this probably back in 2018. It's a few years old, but I don't know. Other than the food processor breaking, it works fine. But instead of the food processor, I'm going to use the blender attachment. This actually has like 3 different blades. This thing actually gives me some issues too. There's stuff on the outside bottom of this thing. It's fine though. Yeah, it's clean. You know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to associate my microphone. Alrighty, hopefully that's better now. I've connected my microphone. I bought this microphone for my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, but I'm using my cell phone right now, so I figured, why not associate it to my cell phone? So anyways, I got the blender here. I'm gonna look over the recipe. The recipe tells you to use a smaller bowl attachment that came with your processor, so that the bowl is not too large for the amount of mayonnaise this recipe makes. Not using the smaller bowl can prevent the mayonnaise from emulsifying, since the mixture will not have enough contact with the blade. I've used this blender before, so it should work out fine. Saying if you do not use the smaller bowl attachment, making the mayonnaise with an immersion blender. I've tried that in the past, and it worked out okay. However, I was trying to make multiple batches, and the immersion blender, I don't know if it broke, but it got really hot and it shut off, so I couldn't use it. I don't know, it was just, if your blender can work out to emulsify the oil and eggs, I say use blender. It's much easier with the blender. Or simply make a larger batch and double the recipe to use a standard bowl attachment. Now, I actually am going to double the recipe, so I guess that works out better for the blender. So to make mayonnaise, add egg, mustard, vinegar, and salt to the small bowl of the food processor and process for 20 seconds. Scrape the sides and bottom of the bowl. Turn the food processor on, then begin to slowly add the oil in tiny drops until about a quarter of the oil has been added. This is critical for proper emulsification. Once you notice that the mixture is beginning to thicken and emulsify, you can be a little less strict with the processor on. Continue to add it slowly, but increase to a very thin stream instead of drops of oil. So basically, you just want to add the oil slowly. So anyway, one serving of this recipe calls for 1 large egg at room temperature. So I've got my eggs in this cup here. I'm just going to make sure my cell phone's recording. It is. This water isn't actually very warm. I got it from the faucet, so it's kind of room temperature. It's cold out right now, though, actually. It feels cold. I know with the position of the camera, you won't be able to see everything. So we're going to add the eggs to the blender. Like I said, this blender gives me issues. use some elbow grease. Alright, so I'm doubling this recipe, so I'm adding 2 eggs. I heard, or yeah, most likely heard from somewhere, I don't think I read it in a cooking book, that it's always good to crack your eggs on a flat surface. It prevents the shell from breaking and going into the egg. I mean, it can still happen sometimes, but it's less likely to happen when you break it on a flat surface. So many times I would break it on like the edge of a bowl or the edge of a pan. But it's best to do it on a flat surface. After the eggs, add the mustard, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I'm going to use my favorite Walmart brand mustard. This stuff's cheap. It's like $1.78 a bottle, I think. That's pretty cheap. What's the name? It's just called Dijon mustard. That's like the best mustard. Actually, do I have... Okay, I got red vinegar. I was concerned I didn't have red vinegar. Didn't check, but I was pretty sure I had some. Got some in the fridge also. This is called Pompion red wine vinegar. You probably... Does the recipe say? No, I was going to say you probably want your vinegar room temperature also, but the recipe doesn't say to have it at room temperature, so maybe it doesn't matter. So I want 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I don't know, I was thinking about eyeballing it, but I guess I'll make it exact because I don't want to screw up this recipe. So 1 tablespoon of mustard. Actually, we're doubling it, so 2 tablespoons. It's probably not going to be super exact, but it'll be close. I'm going to use a spatula because I'll probably want the spatula to clean out the blender once it's ready. Here's my Rex spatula. Okay. You might have to scrape the sides of it as you process it also to make sure it's all mixed together. I'm coating my recipe in mustard right now. This recipe book, I don't know, probably in 1999 is when I created it. I've got a recipe that I printed out from M&M's in 1999. And I'm glad I did print it out because now you can't find the recipe online. It's kind of weird how they took it down. But yeah, I made this recipe book. As a kid, I loved to print things. I guess, I don't know, just being a kid, you like to print things, but especially for me, because I was very much into computers. I mean, I have a job in IT, and I remember going to my aunt and uncle's house and just printing. I think they got a printer before I did. This is back when I was 1999. I was 14, so I was pretty young. I remember going to their house. They had Corel print shop. I would print random things. I would just look through the clip art catalog of Corel and like print out pictures. It was funny. Then when I got the internet, and I think I got the internet, I think it was actually in 95 I got it. I got it like right as it came out. I got a 56K dial-up internet. I remember going to all the video game websites. Well, mostly it was, actually the website back then was called, I think,
N64.com, but then IGN bought it. So it was like before IGN got popular. But it would look at all the video games and just save photos to floppy disks. I still have, I don't know if I have all of the floppy disks, but I still have some. That's funny. It's funny how much technology's changed. But actually, the other day, I was kind of doing the same thing. I was getting content, like trying to build a library of content to use on my other channel, Retro Relic Zone, for my theme park videos. So it just made me think of when I saved photos back then. So right now, I was saving to a 128 gigabyte thumb drive that I got for like 30 bucks. It's USB 3.2. The thing flies. I can't believe how fast it transfers files. But yeah, back in '96, I think my computer was maybe 4 gigabytes, and that was like a couple $100 just for the hard drive. Now you can get 128 gigabytes on a little stick drive for 30 bucks. If you want the fastest speed. If you don't want the fastest speed, you can probably get it for around $10 or $15. Anyway, didn't mean to go off on that tangent. I got the egg, mustard, vinegar, 1 tablespoon of, like I said earlier, you can do white or red. I like the flavor of red more, so I'm going to do red. My dog's walking around. He just went into my game room. He doesn't go in there very often. I think earlier he had some issues in the bathroom. So yeah, doubling the recipe. So 2. For some reason, that vinegar is stringy. That's not normal. I don't know if vinegar actually expires. Expiration date is September 23rd of 22. Well, I don't know. I really don't think it's bad. It's 3 years old, but I'm not worried about it. It's vinegar, so the worst case, there's alcohol in it. It fermented with some alcohol. Ooh, no, that's a larger chunk. Alright, so I'm gonna dump out that chunk. Never seen vinegar get chunky. So make sure your vinegar is not chunky like mine. I think it was just the top of it. I poured more out and looks thin now. It'll be alright. Alright, so there's 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Yesterday I posted in my posts tab. I wish they left it community tab. Just community tab sounds better than posts. But I made a post about Simply Sarah. Simply Sarah would make cooking videos, kind of similar to this, but poor thing was like extremely overweight. I don't know how exactly she died. I heard that she was in the hospital with heart issues, like with her blood pressure, and I guess the medication she was on just couldn't help her anymore. Like she was at the maximum dose of medications, and any more wasn't going to help. It's kind of like her body became immune to it. But she passed away on April 7th. It's too bad. I don't know how old she was, but she was pretty young. Maybe the recipes she made. Sorry, my neighbor. I don't know if you can hear that, but he's cranking up the four-wheeler. The recipes that she made, they were highly processed. Like and I'm not going to say it wasn't good food. It looked really good. She made bologna salad ones with like bologna, cheese, pickles, and mayonnaise. She went viral for her Wanda's macaroni salad recipe. It's like a can of sweetened condensed milk. Sweetened condensed milk, 1 cup of sugar, Then, of course, the pasta and some vegetables, and then a whole 16-ounce jar of mayonnaise. And, yeah. I guess you can eat stuff like that once in a while, but I think she ate it pretty often. So, it's too bad, though. The temporary taste of food isn't really worth that quality of life to where you have to deal with the weight, can barely move, can't find clothes, and can't do things. It's not worth it. But when you become addicted to it, or just, everyday life is eating that, it's hard to break. It's really hard to break. So the vinegar and salt, how much salt? Quarter teaspoon of kosher salt. I don't know if my real salt is kosher, but that's what I'm using, and I need to fill it back up. I forget exactly the health benefits of this salt, but it's supposed to be really good for you. If you've been doing keto for a while, even if you have, you may have not heard of her, but Ask Nurse Cindy is a Facebook group or page, and she really vouches for this stuff, and other people too. Alright, so I need quarter teaspoon, so I need half a teaspoon since I'm doubling it. Half a teaspoon. And I think I'm gonna have to fill this up. You can actually buy this salt at Sprouts, if there's a Sprouts near you. I don't have a I almost said Trader Sam's, that's from Disney. Trader Joe's near me. I'm not even sure if they sell it, but they might, since it's like a healthy version of salt. Well, I don't know if you call it healthy. It just says it has minerals in it. I think that's why it's a better type of salt. It has more minerals than regular salt. Like table salt, I guess. So you might be able to find it at Trader Joe's. But if not, order from Amazon. It's probably cheaper on Amazon regardless. I bought that big bag. I think I bought this first, and then I just kept the shaker and I'm refilling it. I don't know why I closed that for. So I need half a teaspoon, or a quarter teaspoon if you're doing one recipe. Usually with my recipes, like I said earlier, I just eyeball it, but with mayonnaise, when you're emulsifying something, you want it to be exact. It's kind of like baking. Typically with baking, you can't just eyeball things. You can eyeball some things, but for the cake part, you can't really eyeball if you want it to turn out correctly. Let's see. So I got salt. Process this for 20 seconds, and then you just slowly add the oil. It says when all the oil has been added, scrape the bottom and the sides of the bowl and process for an extra 10 seconds. Taste mayonnaise for seasoning, then add salt, lemon juice, or extra vinegar to taste. Note if mayonnaise is too thin, slowly stream in more oil with the processor running until thick. So, I don't think I ever added lemon juice to it. I'm pretty happy with just like the flavor as is. And of course, when you go to use it, I don't think you'll be wanting to add lemon to your mayonnaise, but whatever you want to add to it, you can later on. I guess if you wanted to make some sort of salad dressing, you could. Well, you would want to add lemon maybe for salad dressing. So set it for 20 seconds. Okay, it's 20 seconds. And now I'm going to mustard and vinegar away, I guess. But I'm going to grab my measuring bowl, measure out 2 cups of avocado oil, 100% pure avocado oil. I thought this one was actually lower, but it's not. And actually, I didn't see this brand. Oh, this might actually be from Aldi. This is a 17 ounce. The one I got this Chosen Foods from Walmart. It was, I think it was $13 and change. So I don't really know, like 25 ounces of oil. I don't know what that equals to mayonnaise. I don't know if it's 1-to-1 or once you emulsify it, it might, I don't know, get airy and create more than the 25 ounces. But anyways, I'm gonna measure out 2 cups. I'm sure with the inclusion of egg and the vinegar, well, it's only a tablespoon of vinegar per recipe, but of course that adds volume to it. I don't think this is going to be quite 2 cups. But I know, I was wondering about if it's like a 1-to-1 with oil to mayonnaise, because the 12-ounce jars of avocado mayonnaise I buy from Publix, I think they're $7.99 for 12 ounces. So 2 jars, if it is a 1-to-1, you can make about 2 jars with oil, with straight oil. So 8/16. So you are saving money making it yourself, which I didn't doubt that you would save money. But what's nice is that you also control everything that's in it. And you can flavor it the way you want to flavor it. And like I said, this flavoring, was, I guess it's probably the tanginess of the mustard. But I just think this flavor is so much better than any avocado mayonnaise you can buy. Struggling getting this wrapper off. There it goes. What's in this Chosen Foods? It's pretty clean. It's avocado oil, filtered water. Interesting that there's water in it. Egg yolks, whole eggs, distilled white vinegar, mustard, distilled, which consists of distilled vinegar, water, mustard seeds, salt, spices, salt, rosemary extract. It says rosemary extracts for freshness. I didn't realize that rosemary keeps things fresh. I don't really like the taste of rosemary, so maybe that's why I'm not too crazy. I mean, obviously I eat this, but maybe that's why I prefer my homemade version over this, because my version doesn't have rosemary. And it also uses red vinegar, not white. I just think the red, I don't know what it is, but it adds more flavor. Okay, so it's 2 cups of avocado oil. Now, the recipe says to add a few drops at first, I think. Yeah. Turn the food processor on, then begin to slowly add the oil in tiny drops until about a quarter of the oil has been added. This is critical for proper emulsification. So a quarter of 2 cups would be a quarter cup? No. I can't do that math. Half a cup is 1 cup. Half of 1 cup is a half a cup. So a quarter is half a cup. Now, if I remember correctly, this can get messy. I'm actually going to move this recipe book because I don't want to get any more stuff on it. Move this stuff also. I'm going to start the blender off at the slowest speed so it doesn't splash me. Low/medium. processor or the blender gave up. I'm not quite at 1.5 yet. I'm trying to shield this stuff from spilling out. I just thought of something that would make this easier, and I'll show you after. I feel like it might be a little thick right now. I'm gonna open it up and take a look. Well, I don't know how long the recipe actually said to blend it for. It looks pretty thick. Yeah, that's definitely thick. I'm just going to scrape the sides of this food processor or the blender. Doesn't really look like a lot. Guess I'll see it better once I take it all out. There's one this lid too. Smells pretty good. Be nice if I had one of those kitchen islands. Wouldn't have to try to do this underneath a cabinet. Okay. I think that's good enough. Oh man, that's stupid. I need a new blender. Definitely thickened up. It definitely emulsified. That's some thick mayonnaise. Well, it's not too thick. It looks like actual mayonnaise. How it should look. But I mean, this recipe is actually the name of the recipe. Was it foolproof or fail-proof? It really is. It's like it's super easy to make. I always felt intimidated to make mayonnaise for some reason. I guess just because I don't know why actually. I never attempted to make it, but I guess I don't trust that it's going to taste good or emulsify correctly and get thick, but it does. It's not hard. Makes a little bit of a mess. Speaking of messes, I was going to show you that little thing I thought of. Mm. That's good. I think before I added pepper to it, so you could add pepper, but I'll just add it as I use it if I want pepper on something. It's hard to describe the flavor. It's right now it's warm right now, so I think the warmth kind of changes the flavor and it'll taste different once it's cold. But I guess I taste like the avocado oil, which is not bad. Like I said, it's better tasting than the Chosen Foods. I still stand by that. So what I was going to show you, I'm just gonna set this here for a second. Obviously it's not on right because I got my spatula in it. But I was going to, if you have one of these things, of course I thought about this as I was almost done, but it's a silicone funnel that collapses in itself. Oh, my camera's still recording. It is. So if you have one of these, just stick it right down there, and that would block it from spilling out. So next time I'll use this instead of my hand. I got myself a mason jar washed up. I think this is probably 16 ounces, which is 2 cups. Okay, yeah, now it looks like a lot. I don't know if you can actually see this, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Sorry about the lighting. Actually, I know it's almost the end of the video, but let me turn on this backlight. Might help a little bit. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Tastes pretty good too. Like I said, you can modify the flavor. But if you're going to add anything, just wait until it's emulsified like this. Like wait until you have actual mayonnaise. Otherwise, you risk ruining the emulsification process. So if you add anything, add it after the fact. Well, not after the fact, but after it's together. This is not all going to fit, which I anticipated. So I'm going to use a little jar with a Tupperware lid on it. So it's obviously more than 16 ounces. 16 ounces of oil equals more than 16 ounces of mayonnaise. But of course you have everything else in there, which is only 2 eggs and mustard and the vinegar. So I think the emulsification process adds some air to it. Uh, by the way, use a spatula for this too. A spatula just makes it a whole lot easier. Sometimes I would use a wooden spoon, but you just struggle with that. Spatula gets it all out. I think I made a short video when I left the mall, but luckily it worked out to where I can get new glasses. I returned the glasses I had. I think I mentioned that they were the largest of the 3 sizes available. And I thought when I got them from the other day, yesterday I guess it was, when I picked them up, I knew that they didn't feel quite right. But I thought, new glasses, I just have to get used to them. But and when I got home, I'm like, no, these just aren't sitting on my face right. It's like there's no getting used to this. They're not fitting right. Then I compared them to my current set of glasses and realized that they're much larger. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to work. I don't know. Usually I don't have a problem returning things, but I felt like it would be a problem. But it wasn't. They were real friendly and helpful. Well, there's one woman in there. She was real friendly and helpful. The actual person who took my glasses and helped me was, I don't know, a little different. But I still got it done. Although I didn't receive a receipt in my email, so I'm hoping it does go through correctly. I'll probably call them tomorrow and just check up on it. Well, not check up on it, but tell them that I didn't receive a receipt. See what they tell me. I don't want to wait a week and then realize I didn't put the order in correctly or something. This video is probably a little bit longer than I anticipated, but figured I'd show you the whole process from start to finish. So I got a 16-ounce jar plus this, which is probably about 3 to 4 ounces. So 2 cups, which is 16 ounces of oil, makes about 20 ounces of mayonnaise. It's good too. It's almost like the consistency of Japanese mayonnaise. Like it's real light. Well, speaking of Japanese mayonnaise, that's really good to make spicy mayo, like spicy mayo that they use for sushi. Spicy mayo or yum yum sauce would be good for that. Alrighty, well I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and definitely try to make your own mayonnaise. It's not that hard. You just need a food processor or a blender. I think a blender probably works out better since there's more contact with the blade. The recipe stated something about that. So I think a blender probably works out the best. Or a hand immersion blender. But those are sometimes a pain. The blender is just easy. So, alrighty. I'll see you all later.